Today we're reacting to BAND-MAID Go Nuts. Very first instrumental, is it? Very first?
It's an old one. I don't know if it's the first one, but it's one that isn't out there.
So you guys know the rules. We all get 2 pauses. That's it. Or a
2?
pause. A pause.
Oh,
we get 1 pause.
You just doubled it up for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be way too much, dude.
1 pause. We all get 1 pause.
Reaction.
And again, Konami composed this for a friend that has a radio show.
Yeah, that's the story.
That's the story. We're sticking to it. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Play. I'm not going to hit play. It
I
never
got
goes
it.
well. Are you guys hearing noise?
I hear nothing.
I hear nothing also.
Oh, you hear nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nada.
Is your thing turned up?
Is it muted?
No, I've muted it because we mute it every time.
I mean, Alan, is your thing turned up?
Oh, there it is. I don't know what happened. All right, here we go.
Oh, did you press?
Yes,
my
this
God.
is why I don't hit play.
Hey. That sounds so familiar.
I paused it. This fucking band, dude. Why isn't this on a goddamn album or single or something?
Put this much effort into composing something that's not even a release?
Yeah, that's a little James Bond-esque, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
very. I was just about to
That's
say
what
that.
I'm hearing in there. Yeah.
That's what I was just about
But
to
yeah,
say.
that sounds pretty fucking cool to me, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it too. It's all about the leads here, right? Like the drums are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That
I
should
can't
be
hear the bass really.
that should be in
but-
like a Mission Impossible song or a band.
Mission Impossible, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
How does-
there it is.
Konami sounds so good on like this crappy recording.
We can actually hear her in the crappy
We might as well
recording.
just be listening to her play guitar.
Yeah,
like
the
that's what
profession-
I'm hearing right
The
now.
professional shit, you can't hear her.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah. Normally this is hidden under all of the rest of the track, right? Like,
The one time we hear Konami.
this is always here. We just never noticed before. Take it
Move
back
on.
just a couple seconds because I really like this.
Yeah, I
I
gotcha.
like the second part that they went into here
The
too.
phone that's recording it is just like next to Konami's amp.
Right. All right. Here
We
we
got
go.
lucky on that one.
I'm pausing this time.
Jesus, it's the same spot.
No, that I've heard in another BAND-MAID song before.
Yeah, you can definitely hear the seeds of other things.
I don't know what
Stealing
band.
music
Damn,
They stole from them.
No, you're right.
That is literally directly from another BAND-MAID song, which I kind of assume now at this point that since they weren't going to make this into a BAND-MAID song, they probably used it for that after she
Yeah.
wrote that. Oh, it's
Nice.
Onset. It's the beginning of Onset, right?
No.
Yes.
I'm
I'm going to say yes. I might be wrong, but I'm almost positive that that is the riff. In
I think
Onset.
he's right.
Oh my gosh, I gotta hear that again.
Go back.
I'm
pulling up
sure it's not
Onset.
from now on. Or
No, it's older.
no, without holding back. I don't fucking know.
Let me pull up Onset while you guys are playing that again.
Yeah, pull up Onset too. I'd like to hear these back to back.
Can we listen to this part without using up a pause just for context?
Yeah, dude, this is
Oh,
our
hell no.
fucking thing.
No, you're wasting your
Whatever we
pause.
want.
God damn it.
I mean, I see what you're saying with like the sliding and the trill picking, but it is like significantly different from Onset.
I think it's the same notes, man. The first five, I think the first five is the same notes, and then it switches off on the next It's also half the
Whoops.
time. Is the same, right? But it's twice as long on here. I
think it's a different song. It might be a different song, I think.
Yeah, I think the third note's different.
Is it?
Or I mean, because it goes way
It's
down.
similar
to-
style. It's a similar style.
I
I
mean,
think
I
if you're
hear
right
it.
to Champ, though, that same thing was using something else. It might have been without holding back from.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
There's
Without
something
holding
more
back,
similar.
always reminds me of Onset. So,
Right.
All right, we can
Okay.
keep going.
all right. Okay,
Damn.
I am more with Champ on this one now. I think that when they composed Onset, they were taking parts of this that they really liked and playing
Yeah.
around with it, especially that bass solo, because she had that same like. Can I hear it one more time?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, there's so many elements of this bass solo that's also an Onset.
It really sounds like this is like the template for Onset. Like they weren't ever gonna make this song. This was made for something else, obviously, right? And it sounds like it was just like Konami wrote this just what for a radio program, you said, right?
Yeah.
Her friend's radio program. So this was never gonna be so they just like, they're like, but there's cool shit in there. Let's not let it
Right.
go to waste, right?
Yeah. Although that one lead lick, that
Yeah.
was where's that?
Yeah, where the hell is that? Let's bring that one back too.
Mission Impossible.
Yo, she's the ghostwriter. We just had no idea.
All right.
Let's see what else happens in this crazy thing.
I am so
Cool.
excited to see Akane play live. I think that's
Oh
the thing
my
I'm the
God.
most excited about is to feel her drums pumping in my chest and just
Yeah.
because drums are one thing that really can't come across through recordings like they do live, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel it.
That was a pretty
Like,
good
Yeah, it's a cool
recording.
song, man. You can definitely hear seeds of other instrumentation in that song.
That's a pretty good recording for just a phone, man. Like, I don't know how old this is.
It was definitely placed in the right spot.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Alan, get your mixing ear on that shit and
Figure out what phone he used.
You can hear you can hear the bass, you can hear the guitar, you can hear the drums. I was like, wow, you could learn this song. It's like it's all audible, like to be able to even recreate easily.
Dude, think of that. That'd be the clearest recording of it.
It really would be, bro.
Oh my god. We should,
bro. Crazy. I feel like we just kind of like watched like BAND-MAID origin story, you know, like part of it, you know, because it was like that's so cool. Like the idea of finding a song that's like unheard of a band that you love, where you find elements of other songs that they make in the future. It's like this is like, you know, it's like if you write a bunch of riffs at home and then you actually turn them into songs later, right? But then like 10 years later you go back and hear the original riff that you wrote and you're like, oh shit, that's where I came up with that. Like that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And I didn't even realize. I didn't remember it.
Dude.
It's interesting also that they that didn't sound like it was recording there was going to be of it was for the radio show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in front of an audience for sure.
So yeah, that's what I'm wondering, right?
So that
sounded like
somewhere.
a BAND-MAID concert. Unless it was a radio show, maybe it was a radio show where there was an audience there. You know what I mean?
They played it live for the.
Yeah, maybe it was a live radio show.
Well, I'm sure they have songs. I'm sure they have songs that like are not released at all. You know, that there's probably other versions of all these songs where they did break it apart, just like they did with this one. Hands down, you never know.
What'd you think of that, Alan? Did you like it?
I thought it was pretty good. It was good.
You didn't say much that time.
It was a solid instrumental. Like I could hear vocals over it easily, you know. But then again, BAND-MAID's so complex. Like you could do vocals over any song. But I love how the instrumentals are always like not as crazy as the songs are with vocals.
It is so weird.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so weird that they do that.
Yeah,
especially Konami loves to do her like 16th notes. Right in the instrumentals, which you really don't hear her do ever in the regular songs. In the instrumentals, she loves
sustain the notes she's playing, so it's kind of like a voice.
Exactly. Instead of it being like, you know, moving from note to note immediately, it's like one note. You know, she'll hit it like 8 times and then move on to the next one. She doesn't really do that in the regular songs.
Like Unseen World, like all those songs could be instrumentals. And be like the most
they literally were, yeah.
They are. They're like the best instrumental songs ever. And like then you have this one. Okay, this one I could hear vocals over. That's what blows my mind because then they put vocals over all those ones. It's like what? Like Black Hole is an instrumental song.
Dude, and I know that I always harp on this song being just like the coolest one, but like Black Hole especially, it still blows my mind when you think about the fact that it is basically an instrumental song. It really doesn't require any vocals whatsoever, but the vocals that they add onto it are just like it takes it up to this other level because they don't seem like they should fit the song, but they do, and they add melody and harmony to it, and it's just like this fucking wonderful combination coming together.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for that song, yeah, I definitely gave me Onset vibes. I will say that I felt like the precursor to Onset.
Like when I listen to this, especially recorded live, and just think about what I would have thought of this as a teenager when I was playing in live rock bands and I was watching a lot of live rock bands, and then comparing the performance quality and the talent and composition of this to what I was hearing back then, it's just like mind-blowing how good they are. And especially like that outro where it's Akane just going bananas on the drums. Like if I would have seen them live, I don't know if I would have survived.
I will say this. So I'm gonna make one quick critique of that, what we just listened to, and I might be wrong about it also. So don't come at me, people. But I think towards the end, when she was playing that riff after the bass solo, I think she might have been on the wrong string or on the wrong fret to begin part of one of those things.
Yeah.
And then she quickly like moved back over. Because for a second I was like, that sounds out of tune. Oh no, I think she just hit the wrong.
Yeah, I heard that.
She was like a fret over or something. But then she got right back on track on the next measure. So I was like, all right, all good.
She turned it into a jazz song. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It sounded like every time that I've ever been on stage is what that sounds like.
Right. Whoops.
But not even
Practice
close.
this. I know.
Me just being on the wrong frets constantly.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for another one next week.